Welcome back to the show. We are hoping after this next segment, you will start to look at your backyard in a whole new way. Here to tell why the Bay Area is such a great place for backyard birding is Mary Keith, the president of the Tampa Audobon Society. Mary, we are so glad you are back to join us today.
I'm delighted.
And you know, her and I, before we started, were just talking about, you know, how crazy life is and, you know, doing the TV, or we were talking about cell phones earlier. You said that's why birding is so great.
It is, because you sit and watch them, and it's just so relaxing. You can sit in your own backyard. I sit at my kitchen table and watch 5 bird feeders out the back window. Go to Lettuce Lake, stroll around.
And you know,
it's a great decompress.
Decompress. I think that we all need that in our lives. And the thing that I'm learning based on this segment is that you don't actually have to travel to a national park or anything to see some great birds. They could really be in your backyard.
We've got wonderful birds here, and Tampa Bay is perfect because we are in a crossroads where the migrating birds come through. So the birds that we've had in the summer, a lot of those are heading south. The birds that were up in Pennsylvania, New York, Canada are coming here. We get to see them here. And then next spring, it's all going to turn around and go back the other way. So we get a full shift of birds year-round.
And it's always changing.
It is.
Well,
yeah.
What are some of the ones that we're seeing on our screen right now? Are those ones we can see in our backyard as well?
Most definitely. All of these pictures that you have are pictures that some of our Tampa members have taken in their own backyard. So the first one there was a tufted titmouse. This is a brand new, just hatched baby bluebird in a box in one of our members' backyards. Chickadees, Carolina chickadees, these are wonderful little guys. Chickadee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. And the more D's they put in it, the more upset they are with you. So it's a way of warning. This is one of our warblers, blue jays. These are the big noise boxes, and they are great warning birds. If you hear a bunch of blue jays squalling in your backyard, you've got a hawk, you've got a cat, you've got somebody that doesn't belong back there. They are great warning birds for what's going on.
Okay, well, you brought the gamut of bird feeders, I think. And let's start with this one. What is this one, and what's the positives behind it?
The positives of this is, A, you can adjust it. So you can move this up if you want the bigger birders on your feeder. You put it down if you just want the little guys. Because you let the blue jays and the mourning doves in here, they're going to empty it. I mean, they'll just sit and chow down until they are so full. But it's also clear, so they can see if there's a hawk coming.
Okay.
And that's something about placement. You want to put it someplace where there's a bush, a shrub, something that the birds can dive into and hide if somebody does come after them.
I was saying, is there an ideal place for bird feeders to put in your yard?
Well, 10 feet away from trees, bushes, a squirrel, a good healthy squirrel can jump 10 feet. Now, with this kind of baffle, he's likely to slide off, but if he gets in here, he will chow down. But if you put it 10 feet away, or if you get the shepherd's hook pole, then you can put a baffle on the pole so that the squirrels can't climb up.
Okay, well, and I'll say this now, this next bird feeder looks pretty intense.
This is when you're utterly frustrated with the squirrels, because you can adjust. Amen. You can adjust the spring, and what it does is if something heavy, a squirrel, lights on it, sits on it, it's going to close, and they can't get at the feed.
Oh, sneaky.
So, and you can also adjust it if you just want to keep the blue jays off. I mean, the tension is adjustable, but this will close.
Interesting. Wow. Okay, well, obviously bird feeders key to getting birds to visit, but you know, we're getting ready for back to school, and I think kids love making bird houses, and you always see the decorative ones. I mean, how do those rank? Do they really help you be able to get to see some birds in your backyard?
The birds that will use the little feeders that, you know, we make in houses that we make and stick around, you'll definitely get Carolina wrens. You probably get some chickadees, you might get some titmice, some smaller things. The trick with those, though, is, again, placement, because you don't want mom and dad to build a nest, lay a bunch of eggs, and have a snake climb in and eat them all. So you're going to need a baffle, you're going to need it on a post that the snake can't either get down from a tree above or go up the post. So you'll need a baffle on them.
I tell myself there's no snakes here in Florida. You're telling me that's wrong, Mary. Just play along. There's no snakes, so you just got to worry about those other things.
The snakes that are here are wonderful, because the majority of the snakes that we've got here in this area, they're going to be eating the rats, the squirrels, the mice, the roaches. they're eating the things that are even worse.
And not the birds that we're trying to take care of. And again, I would say
Exactly.
a bird bath as well here. Is that a key for your bird sanctuary?
Most definitely. Birds need water. They need fresh water. Of course, with Zika today, now this is the nice thing about this. It's so easy to lift up and clean. You want to empty the water out every couple of days. And with the feeders and the bird bath, once a week or so, you want to take them down, give them a good scrubbing, some hot soapy water, because birds get sick the same as people do. So you don't want a lot of mildew, algae, something like that, salmonella, etc., building up on the feeders or building up on the bird baths.
Well, I gotta say, Mary, I just adore you, and you're gonna have to come back because you were talking about two negative things: the S word and snakes and Zika. Saying that to a pregnant woman. I'm just
But you
teasing, Mary. I'm
just empty the
teasing.
water every couple of days, and you won't have a problem.
Oh, I'm just joking around. We love your information. We love when you join our show. So thank you very, very much.